Okay, I can kind of get that for a publicity stunt. Come watch these girls play volleyball and see their clothes begin to fall off as they sweat in the sun. Otherwise, I don't see the point of them ever being created. True. Why are they even wearing clothes in the first place, guys? Who made women's sports? It's a fucking joke. Sports are a joke, period. I mean, yeah, they used to be worth something. Now it's like, eh. The only sport I care about is StarCraft. Trap like a bait call is set for people who try to rob tourists. Thinking of the clothes dissolving potion from Freerun. I actually like both circuses and bread. True, Eggy. Thief. Tourist. The police. Peoples are morons. They are happy with bread and circuses. Yes, because they are awesome. Course, I have a unique definition of sports. Must contain one of the following: physical exertion and pain, physical exertion and ball, pain and ball, or all three. Anything that doesn't fit that is an event or activity. I mean, okay, first of all, physical exertion, check. Pain, check. Ball, check. StarCraft meets all three of those requirements. You've Protoss unit balls, Zerg unit balls, specifically Mutaballs, and you have Terran, SK Terran balls. You also have the physical exertion of as well as the pain incurred from literally destroying your arms because yeah, you played too much StarCraft. So StarCraft actually falls under all three of those. Now, a sport is just has to be a head-to-head contest of skill. Is sex a sport that involves balls, pain, and physical exertion? True, Eggy! True! I do believe that would count. Golf has a ball but doesn't include physical exertion or pain as an intended part of the activity. But yes, it does. Everyone knows only old people golf. So by the nature of that, it's like, it's intrinsic to the sport. Peeing is a sport for me because it hurts and involves my balls. My prostate is like a watermelon. Jesus, Eggy. god. Okay, we somehow deleted this. Oh, taste. Reset site sounds. All of this was deleted. So replace all of that. There we go. You're walking around, nobody is tackling you. You're not attacking others with your club, and people expect quiet on the course. What about curling? I'm Canadian. You can't say curling isn't a fucking sport. And hockey doesn't involve a ball, it involves a puck. You can't say hockey's not a sport. That's sacrilege, bro. Football doesn't involve a ball. It involves, like, a... have no idea. Redditors with 99999 karma laughing at people for liking sports balls always gets me. Hockey involves a ball, ice hockey doesn't. Hockey has pain and an exerted part, and a puck can replace a ball, so yes, it does. I never played hockey with a ball. Only noobs do that. Get good! Food stalls. Live in a real country where we don't call ice hockey hockey. Sport is anything that makes monkey brain happy. True, Eggy. True. Football may not have a round ball, but it does have a ball. It is the second most extreme sport under my definition, with rugby taking first place. I mean, I'd just consider those contact sports, right? Like, there's contact sports, there's non-contact sports, there's, like, solo sports, there's group sports, there's... Like, by solo sports, I mean, like, you're not playing on a team. Like, golf is a solo sport, right? Like, most of the time you're not playing on a team, you're just yourself. Water sports are the best thing ever, Eggy Mayo. I saw this commercial for the perfect blanket that you can use for water sports. It's prime. Basketball has the ball and physical exertion, so it counts. What, like piss stuff? Yes, Levi. That's generally in the context of what I'm guessing Eggy Mayo is saying. Based upon Eggy Mayo's personality and the things that he says, that would infer to be, yes, sexual water sports. So anything I include as a sport, I also detect its existence. Well, activities and events I can tolerate, even if I don't understand the appeal. I would enjoy a round of golf, but would never pay for the privilege. detest. I don't know what you mean by pay for the privilege. Like, do you mean to, like, enter a competition? It's good for my self-esteem that Scotty just assumes I'm a piss boy. I mean, it says a lot about my personality too, Eggy Mayo. Clubs are expensive. Getting into the course costs money. No free golf courses exist that I'm aware of, at least not in Washington State. Well, if the diaper fits. Oh. Many things I could say I'm not gonna say. We're just not gonna say it. We're just not gonna say it. We're just gonna sit back. We're just gonna let the thought disappear when we take a toke. How about that? Okay. Disaster. Reaction. Did you watch Techno Man back in the day? Damn, never seen that before. It's like Gundam, but not quite Gundam. No, I did not. Wish I did. That one wasn't on my channels that had the anime and the, like, cartoons and shit. Okay, so he's got to do this 4 times. Gundam, but not quite Gundam, like Zoids or like Evangelion. A lot like Gundam, seems like. I don't know, I was looking at pictures, it's giant mechs. Take hurts. Conflict. Too many people. Is that coding? No, I like to make a uh scene structure for the story plus a plot outline and like a full outline. And then generally what we do is we take the entire outline and we throw it into Grok. We get Grok to generate an AI story. We read the AI story, and then I compare what I think in my head of what the story I'm going to write and enhance it with aspects from the AI story. And that's how we use AI in order to improve our writing. Sister shows up for either 1 or 2 episodes. She dies because her body couldn't survive the process of being turned into a techno person. I had the thought, what if she got reincarnated and isekai'd with her techno powers fully realized? Fascinating. Yeah, actually, if you go onto the Discord, I have like a lot of the plots on the Discord if you want to write stories based upon those plots. And it just makes it, because I tend to go off the rails. And by the way, like 90% of the time when I'm writing my story, it does not follow this outline. I just go because I just go with what I feel is good. But I like having the outline structure there as a guide to prevent me from getting writer's block, essentially. So it's like you can feel in areas where it feels kind of forced in the story of going forward for like a paragraph to just like kind of push something out. Yeah. Take purse, too many people, disaster, can't get them away. Giving self reaction. Leave the situation. Usually use Google Sheets for that. Never used Google Sheets before. When I write, I let the story tell itself, and it never has a plot, so it usually sucks. Most traditional writers plot out the story, then write the details. Yeah, like you notice most of my stories before weren't structured, and now my stories are, and I ask people, are my stories better? And they say they're more coherent. And I'm like, hey, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, because the main thing is because I write so, like, poetically and abstractly, I can't do that for a book. So I need to teach myself to be more upfront and direct and on point, as opposed to going off into like a tangent about this butterfly's wings being compared to a sunset that you'll never see again because you just went blind and it's the last thing you'll ever see. For a short story, it's at least possible to know how it's going to go without writing out a full plan. Goal-oriented writing is what people expect in a novel. But for a book, that approach just wouldn't work. That's why I need to expand my just writing skills with short stories. And the world building itself in my head, like I literally have the entire story in my head. I just have to put it on paper. I just don't think I'm good enough to be able to
Elmo.
Facilitate the full scope and whatever I want. The theme for my book, the underlying base theme of my book is the duality of good and bad. And in that fact, there is the bad celestial being that wants to eat everything and destroy everything and hates everything. But it wants the beings that are under its like control to have absolute wonderful paradise, beautiful lives, and just procreate and become more intelligent so he has more food to eat when he gets to them. Whereas Gaia, the good celestial being, which is the planet, wants people's lives to be hard, riddled with strife and challenge and desperation and, you know, conflict, because it teaches people the value of their own existence. And this is shown in the duality of the stagnance of the tree, and how people in the tree are basically glued to their bread and circus entertainment, because there's nothing of value in their lives to achieve. It is just a distraction. Whereas the people on the outside, the Adventurers Guild, they have, like, you know, the mortality rate of an adventurer is like 80 to 90%. Like, so many fucking people die. Is it good triumphs over evil, or more that neither can exist without the other? It's more like neither can exist without the other, and the ultimate goal is on a small scale for the planet to defeat the monarch, because he's being controlled by Anima, and Anima's coming to eat the planet. And what they want to do is get rid of Anima's influence and destroy and remove the shard of Anima from Gaia, freeing her from its influence. But at the end of the day, they're not able to do that because they can't defeat the monarch. So Gaia has to wind up destroying the planet. So
Hope
actually,
everyone is fine.
You know what? You know what's a good point here? I'm gonna read the final chapter, the end of the book. Oh no, you were in Essentia's stream. Never mind. I was listening. I wasn't looking at the actual thing.
Na Essentia mooted me on Discord and I talked about all my past.
Well, good for you, Valiant Boy. It's good to talk to people sometimes. Yeah. And I wrote that, like, 5 years ago. And I haven't updated it since. So it'll be rewritten. How much past can you have at 19? And that was really weird to see my fucking face on the stream trying to talk English with viewers. I bet, Valiant Boy. I bet.
And everybody cow how much Valium is in English.
Yeah, true. That proves it. That was a good story. Is that the whole thing? That's like the final bit of the final chapter. Just like the complete ending of the book. That's after basically Gaia has realized that the heroes can't defeat the monarch. And by destroying the planet itself, she's basically going to meet Anima herself. Because she knows that no matter what the planet's going to... Because at this point, the planet's so fucked up that it's basically Goku and Vegeta... Or Goku and Frieza fighting on Namek. Blowing the planet up. And it's like, well, the planet's going to get fucked anyways, so... Everyone's going to die anyways. And then all of them basically use their consciousness to power the anti-gravitic weapon to allow the Soulscape to transfer Gaia's consciousness into the sun. And then they shoot the sun, and they're using the idea that Anima used when he's sending his shards. They're literally using Anima's own technique against him, because Gaia figured out if Anima can send his consciousness like this, she should be able to send her consciousness. And if they tweak things right, she's not just sending like a piece of her consciousness, she's sending the entirety of her consciousness. Yes, the idea is that Gaia is human, but she's literally like curled up in the fetal position inside of an egg, and the egg is the planet. So she's the size of the planet. And like when they eventually in the second book go into the into her shell and meet the golem race that she's created to facilitate their and accommodate them while they're in her realm. And it's like they're basically like standing on the tip of her nose when they're like talking to her. It's like that's how like massive she is. And you think, and it's like a scaling thing, because you think the dragons are massive, or you think Fafnir's massive.
FR bro, you hyped me to writing all I want on my laptop since I am watching you wrote every day.
Like in Rayman Origins at the beginning when Rayman was an egg. Not sure about that one, 13, but sure, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. That's how it's done. Or you hype me to writing all I want my laptop since I'm watching you wrote every day. True, brother. Because Valiant Boy, you're the only one who can do it on here, but we added a new one. Sci-fi. Cyborg escapes unstable star, threatened truth, warp lunar discovery. We were all eggs at one point. I guess weird to think about. True! We were eggs. We were half an egg
knowledge content
in one, and we were half an egg with a tail in the other. It's like one was your left brain and one was like your right brain, and mixed. Thinking of the best example of that is Incest Space Baby. Does Gaia have a culture? A cult? Or a culture? A cult? What's really weird for me, really weird, is for a time your egg existed inside your maternal grandmother's womb. What? Hey bro, you're new. Valiant Boy, Sean's been here for like what, 3 days now? Since you came with Catfish Hexen, right Sean? Are you a byproduct of the Trallium raid? Cause I was in Trallium's stream, he raided Catfish Hexen, and then I started my stream, and then Catfish Hexen raided me. Women are born with all the eggs they'll ever have, so your mother had all her eggs while she was in utero. Damn, look at these intelligent guys over here. I didn't know they were Hellish Mist. Egg, you're from Hellish Mist. Okay. Because, yeah, Hellish Mist is the other one. Do you know the cult that I'm creating in his book?
Word is hilarious.
My mom's a midwife. Nice. That's who I came in with, I think. Oh, Hellish Mist. Ah, yes. If you had any ideas to his book, we're creating a cult that hates food. Or, like, cooking. It hates cooking and thinks cooking is, like, evil. And it only eats, like, raw stuff. But they're like Scientology in the fact of, like, they literally, like, blackmail and fuck people up and threaten people into being in the cult. So also, like, raw veganism. Yeah, but most of them don't actually practice it. It's just, like, a power play for them to control people. And they started out as, like, a really small cult, but now they're, like, spreading because they basically find the worst of the worst people, blackmail them, and indoctrinate them into the cult, and then get them to do the same thing. So it's like this perpetuation of just terrible people doing terrible things. All pushed under the agenda of a religion that hates food, or hates cooking, and thinks that fire is evil and of the devil, and that nothing, like, heat is actually comes straight from hell, and only those, like, in, like, cold temperatures, like, cold climates, are actually, like, the real people. I saw a bit of news today where the state was altering SNAP, so you can't get so-called junk food. People in that state are going to starve because we can't afford actual food. True, Sean. True. I'm a cashier. I know what prices are like at Walmart. It's fucking retarded. It's at, like, literally, like, a single tiny bag is, like, $60. Like, if anything. Nothing's, like, under $5. It's, like, it's fucking retarded. It's, like, literally buying electronics is cheaper than buying food. I think, Card Arts did something similar where cooked food was seen as an excess pleasure. Damn, and these are Canadian dollars. Yeah, like I said, like, toilet paper and shit and, like, Kleenex is, like, 20 to 30 bucks for, like, the big fucking, like, 30 packs. Freaking insane, boys. Okay, and in this scene with this character, he tries to steal a woman's purse, but there's too many people and he can't get them to, like, move. He's, like, having a conversation with them. The Cathars believed we live in a world created by God's evil twin, essentially. Interesting concept. In order to put organic...
Thank you for redeeming Chair Dance. Itox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
That's the worst part, Levi, is that we're pretty much a farming community. Like, the only thing around here is farming. But you know what? The only farming around here is canola oil. There isn't really, like 80% of the fields around here.
It ain't over yet.
80% of the fields around here are canola oil. So it's like we don't have really the infrastructure for, like, food, which is really bad. And we're essentially, like, most of the wealth of Alberta is oil. So it's like our exports are like most of our farming and like other community is like oil.
Yeah, the king is vibing. You did good, you can rest now, babe.
Thank you, Valiant boy. I gotta read what Sean said. In order to put organic on anything, they have to pay excess prices to test the food to prove it's organic. Just to put a word, natural, don't test anything and let the price do the rest, because it will be cheaper than the pesticide junk. Food here isn't that expensive, because you're an agricultural place. Canola oil always makes me feel sick. Shit, yeah, Canadian oil is vile. Actual plants are horrible to the smell is overpowering. Yup, true. It's almost as bad as Cowtown. Then you mix the two together and it's just like terrible. Just fucking terrible. But I've always lived in like Cowtownish areas, so kind of get used to it. Hell yeah. We got this, boys. I don't know why I turned this. Oh, I didn't turn it off. It ended, I think. No, I paused it. I don't know why I paused this. Oh, because I was reading the story, right? Even though I didn't really need to. It was just too happy and chipper of a vibe for that kind of story. Beef tongue pickled in hot mama brine, yum, cooking it, gross cubed. Or even the ninth power of gross. Nth power of gross. We've got cows, I can't say ever. No, Levi, it's because they spread manure on the fields. It's the manure they spread on the fields. That's what I mean by Cowtown. The cows themselves don't stink. It's the fact that they spread manure on the fields during, like, the end of spring. So the entire area just smells like fucking cow shit. Yeah. I weirdly like manure smell.
I am a little lost about the story. Explain for me, please.
What story, Valiant boy? The one I'm writing right now or the one I was talking about?
What's you were actually talking about?
Sorry, I don't remember. Was I talking about this story? Oh, I was saying that, like, wasn't I saying that he's gonna...
LMAO WTF.
True, Valiant boy, true. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm only the streamer. You know how I am.
Best Itox answer.
True. Cow tongue, so nasty to cook. You have to boil it, then peel the skin off, then dump the water, then boil it again. It is vomit-inducing until after the second boil, and only then can you begin to flavor it. Can you boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew? True, Eggy boy. Okay, so he takes the. I think I was talking about this. He takes the purse, but he tries to. There's too many people. He can't get the person away into like an alley. He's like having a conversation with them, right?
Bro literally forgot about what he's actually writing.
No, Valiant boy, I just didn't know what I was talking about. Because Gaia have a cult dedicated to them. Eggy Mayo? Technically, yes, that would be the Beastmen. Because the Beastmen are the only ones who have religion. And they worship the dragons. Who worship
so what the heck
the
is
planet.
this egg woman conversation, yo WTFXD?
Wait, Valiant Boy, were you talking about the fact we were talking about women's eggs? I don't even remember where that original concept came from. Like, what sparked that? Oh, we were talking about Gaia being inside of an egg. Yeah, we were talking about Gaia being a human inside of an egg, and then the human, like, youth generation? If you don't like tangents, you deaf in the wrong spot, lol! True, Sean. I should have called, well, I mean, that's another, intoxication is another word for tangent. It's a tangent that is so in-depth you forget the world. It's like you're fucking drunk on that tangent. But anyway, so the main characters will be talking to Gaia inside of the shell when she's there. The cult that is dedicated to the shell is actually the dragons, because the dragons worship Gaia because they know everything, and they've been there since the beginning. Put tangents as a tag on stream. Can I do that? I haven't changed my tags. How do I do that?
So that's the story? Thank you.
Where are even tags? Wait, are they on the front in like my bio or something?
I just asked that XD.
Yeah, Valiant, but like I said, I couldn't remember because we were talking about like 4 different things, so I don't remember what the original one was. So I was hoping you would say the story that I'm writing, because that one I know what I'm talking about with. I've been thinking about it for like 4 days now. And I have absolutely no idea where tags are. But that would be funny if I could find it. Because, like, I've got, like, my bio here, and I know I have a place that has tags. Is it under, like, edit stream info? It is! Okay, here we go. Oh my god. You can only use 10 tags. Okay, we're getting rid of... English, because it's we don't give a fuck. We're getting rid of English for tangents. Yes, because it already shows that the language is English. There you go. It says at the bottom there now. Where is it? It just showed it. There it is. Tangent.
Even Google Translate fed up to explain me what's tangent meaning.
Tangent? Tangent is when you just keep going on and on about something that's kind of not really relevant to the main subject. It's like me.
I'm a baguette man.
I'm writing a story about a thief stealing stuff and getting caught, but we're talking about women's maternal eggs. That's a tangent. You completely derail the original topic and just completely talk about something else. If we were a trivia team, we could be the tangentials. Tangentials.
Perfect, I got the context now.
Okay, there you go, Valiant Boy. So, true. So his reaction is to leave the situation. His dilemma is he's in the middle of a conversation. His decision... So the world building is about germs living inside an egg inside a woman's womb. True, 13. You could definitely interpret it in that way. Love the concept. I mean, anything works as long as you know, like, what you're trying to tell your audience. And you know what kind of audience you want to curate. Reloaded page so I can see the tangent tag. It's a good time, man. We love that shit. Okay, so he's in the middle of a conversation. There's too many people. His decision. He has to piss. So this conversation is about getting some chick's phone number. So he wants to get the chick's phone number, but, you know, there's too many people around that he's kind of just amping it up to get her to go to another place so we can get her alone so we can steal her phone. Goddess Aphrodite, one of my feline overlords, has made herself known to approve of your stream. Either that or she's going into heat. I mean... could be both. You never know. It could be both, right? Okay, so the first one is trying to take a phone. Second one's trying to take a purse. Okay, let's change that. So the first one's to take a purse. Second one's to take a phone.
Welcome everyone to the Itox Castle X. You found the checkpoint. Here you can chill, relax, breathe, and feeling better.
True, Valiant Boy. That's what we preach around here. So his goal. What else is there to steal? Yay! A save point. Bro pinned himself. I know, right, Iggy? But hey, I told him he's the god of the stream. What am I gonna say if I say he's the god of the stream and then he enacts being god of the stream? Right? I mean, I can't really say shit. Not my fault. It's just how it is. So you try to steal like some guy's backpack.
Eggies because I always used to pin a good vibe text before you came. My bro X.
It's true. Valiant Boy has been doing this for a long time. What are you stuck on? I had to mute the stream for a sec. Things that you can steal. So he's trying to take a purse, or he takes a purse. He tries to take a phone. So then I guess he takes another phone. So let's say we say here. Yeah, so I was thinking like jewelry. I'm like, how does he like? I mean, people that have sleight of hand are easy at doing that, right? Like, he's literally like doing the thing where he's going up to people and being like, "Hey, do you know where this is?" And then, you know, getting into a conversation with them, trying to get directions from them, basically distracting them. And then as soon as they're distracted, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's over there," and you know, takes their watch. Oh, a watch. That's perfect. A watch. See? Boom. Inspiration. Steal a watch. I guess this is actually steal a phone. Steal a purse. You're back in 30 minutes, I think. You good, bro? Yeah, man. Hell yeah, Valiant Boy. See you in a bit, bro. Sounds good. Thanks for lurking. This one's going to be like a slow motion scene. And it's going to be the clasp on the watch is broken. So it's like hard to like open. So almost gets caught. Reaction. Trying to think. Bet have an isekai cheat ability that makes a story near impossible, yet doesn't actually make the main character overpowered. What kind of ability would that be? I read MC as Minecraft. Yup, the language of the topic of the stream is important for abbreviation internet language. True, 13. True. Like, I always like just for like humor's sake, like the idea of the rewriting history when you die, but the contrast of like the time machine idea where it's like you can't really change history, so it's just actually you just dying over and over and over and over again in different ways until you just resign that there's no way to change it, and it's just like an infinite like wish, like the you know, wish from a genie in a bottle to be able to rewrite time. And the only way to rewrite time is to die. But you can't actually rewrite time. So it's like you forced yourself into a situation where you basically die. And then you try to change the outcome, but you always wind up just dying. And it's like the curse of the wish. And now you're like eternally stuck with basically reliving your death every day. And the genie's just sitting there laughing at you. Never trust a wish. The permanent ability to permanently summon any vehicle the main character knows about into existence within line of sight. Having the technology altered to fit the universe's laws while performing as expected, and all relevant knowledge being made available instantly and permanently in a pseudo-brain that exists in a subspace, accessing as quickly and accurately as a supercomputer while feeling natural, yet unassailable to exterior methods of information extraction. Kind of like Rimaru's Sage ability in Reincarnated as a Slime. Because that sounds a lot like Reincarnated as a Slime.
Cute Muffin's rated my
Jesus!
stream with 7 viewers.
Cute Muffin, you are popping the fuck off. 7 viewers. Damn, son. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, I will be there.
Thanks for the raid, man.
You find Brozowski.
Daddy's home.
Muffin President.
True. I told you. I told you, Muffin, if you fucking start streaming, you're gonna pop off, because people love to see that shit when it comes to anything that's, like, world record breaking. Like, that's, and it's like just chill, sit in the background, you don't really have to pay attention, you just turn on the stream and you watch the records pile up. It's fucking great. President Muffin. I'll vote for you, Muffin. So first thing you summon is Danuba class runabout from Star Trek. Then once in orbit, summon the Sovereign class Enterprise, which essentially replaces all standard tropes. Damn, Sean. That went hardcore out of this world. Because I guess, yeah, I'd never think about actually, you know, vehicle being a spaceship from a fictional world. Well, let's just conjure up the Death Star. I'm gonna switch to phone. Alright, sounds good, Muffin. Thank you for the raid, good sir. And welcome in, Raiders. We are a writing and reading channel. We play video games as well, but mainly do writing content and reacts, engaging with the chat, having a good time, just talking about
Valiant
stuff.
Boy Twitch gifted. Cute Muffin Wings. Thank you for supporting the community, Valiant Boy Twitch. Congratulations on your wings, Cute Muffin. Valiant Boy Twitch gifted a tier 1 sub to Cute Muffin. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Yes, it worked.
You deserve
Thank
my
you.
boy X.
Thank you for the gifted sub, Valium Boy. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Thank you. Hey, not a bad idea. The Death Star give you your own world to fill with people like you. One thing I do with the Enterprise is take away all slaves and strand all slave takers or dealers on otherwise uninhabited islands with no tools. They just make them fight it out between each other. I mean, at that point, you have a transporter, right? If you're in space and there's nothing that can stop you, you can literally teleport anyone, anywhere on the planet. Like, you just combine Star Trek technology with Star Wars technology. Now you have, I don't know, I'd say, like, you know the lasers from Star Trek? Well, now they're like the strength of like lightsabers. So you have like lasers that can literally like almost split planets in half. At that point, you're also a slaver, surely. Oh my god, I have 999 plus messages. I would believe that, Muffin. I mean, if you talk 100 messages, which is one every 5 minutes for 10 hours? That's only like 2 streams, maybe. So that'd
And
be
I
like
always do what I
20
promise
streams, so
X.
20 days. You've been here for what, a month and a half? Yeah, that's easy to do. And I always do what I promise. True Valiant boy, you deserve to be a sub. We all have 999 plus? Hell yeah. You guys are all dedicated to the stream. Thank you for that. Engaging with chat is one of the biggest things. So he's gonna do something like action test of finger strength. No, that doesn't really work. No, because I'm not ordering them to do anything, just dropping them outside civilization because they don't want to be civilized. Well, the slaves I take away wouldn't have their collars, and all branding would be removed by the tech in sickbay. The collars would be found where the slave themselves were at time of transport. True. See, Sean, you're thinking super deep into this. I love it. Yeah, see, 2 months and 8 days. Damn, guys, it's been 2 months. All right, everyone throw down an L. Damn, I never get double digits. Fuck. Am I at least good? 163%. Okay, today's story is going to be fucking epic, guys. We got this. So much for a sub. 3 average length. 3 centimeters. Oh, better than 1. True. It's quicker. Rather than stealth. Dilemma could attract more attention. Decision.
Muffin, you good so?
Finish job. Stay on track. Okay. And then this one is Steal Wallet. Conflict. The wallet is stuck to the man's pocket, and now thief's hand as well. Disaster. The person who tried to steal from was undercover cop. He tells the most ridiculous story about how he was trying to prevent the wallet
How was our day, Muffin?
falling out of the person's pocket. Dilemma. He has other stolen goods on him, such as a phone and a watch. Decision. Rents his and is arrested. Solemnly getting inside the police car. Alright, there we go. So, scene. That's why one of the short stories we're going to do is a series of adventurers, which is like the prequel to the book. That's kind of going to show exposition, and it's just going to be like a side thing just for the purpose of teaching me how to write the book without actually writing the book, you know? So it'll be like a shitty version of the book but give me a direction to go and a template to work with, and like practical skills to learn and use, so that when I do fully write the book, it can be the masterpiece I believe it should be. Like, I can do it justice. That's what I need. I need to gain the skill to write this book and give it justice. The justice it deserves. As beautiful as it is in my head, what I want to portray to people. Standing on edge of a sidewalk, surrounded by pedestrians. He is looking around for a new mark. Leaf has hands of steady defiance, preparing to tear the unbound from its foundation. Seeking his target. Begins a conversation. Find the nearest hotel. Physical location near the local library and a university. Tourist thinking of transferring to the university and is exploring the area. A wise owl statue with glasses and a graduation cap is on prominent display outside the library. No! Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to hold down shift. No, I don't care about that. New one. Put spaces here so we can put the rest of that in there. Physical location near the local library and university. Tourists thinking of transferring to the university is exploring the area. Wise old owl. Overly brainy tourist making seemingly difficult mark. Interesting. Love it. Okay. What's the first one? So, goal, steal purse, distract person, notice his phone gone. Okay, well we have to change that or that's going to completely fuck everything. Purse. Sneaks away under the guise of stating he saw someone take the purse and disappears towards a library to get his next mark. Library, he encounters formidable foe. The student is perceptive, maintains his guard at all times. Losing his last mark left him a bit discouraged. But this new fancy looking pen with a nice watch made a great product. Distracts the man with conversation about the falling stock market. He then asks the man about where he thinks the best place to eat is. Street food vendor nearby selling meat skewers with fragrant sauce, the scent of wafting around adding to the distractions available. Love it. Which is funny because I'm literally just typing about him asking for places to eat. So that works just like absolutely perfectly in hand. He distracts the man with conversation about the falling stock market. Group of university students putting on a public poetry reading, adding more confusion for the senses. This one up here in order. It is struggles to get the watch off the man's wrist without alerting him that he manages it. Barely. Sneaking off into the crowd, the man turns around. He sees an obvious target. A man with his wallet hanging out of his pocket. Calmly starts to synchronize his footsteps and walks behind the man, inching closer as he silently grasps for his wallet. His fingers stick to the wallet. The wallet sticks to the man's pocket. The man pulls out a badge and says, "What are you doing? Trying to steal?" Thief tries to explain he wasn't stealing, he was stopping the wallet from falling out of his pocket, but the thief has other stolen merchandise on him, so he is arrested and put in a cop car. Boom. How come you use Grok? Because it's free. And DeepSeek breaks after like 500. And now we can do... Let's try this, see if this is any good. Alright. I'm going to take another toke, and then we're going to write this story, guys. Now that we have some inspiration, and some thought, and some angle to go to. What would have been ironic is if there was or a pawn shop in the area too. Some place he'd want to frequent but couldn't because it was too close to where he nicked his prizes. Maybe making that like he's like near the end of the story, like he's confidently walking towards the pawn shop, and it's like the cop is specifically patrolling around the pawn shop because he's like with the wallet hanging out of his pocket, because it's like, oh, you know, he seems like he's literally trying to make himself the easiest mark ever. It's like a thief walking towards the pawn shop is gonna be like, ooh, sweet, okay, that's another one, let's go. You know what I mean? So that's actually fucking perfect. I'm stealing that and putting that at the end of the story, and that's gonna be like, he's gonna be walking confidently and be like, ooh, look at that, just a little, I'm almost like a fuck. It's like you're like 90% there, but all you had to do was, it was so obviously a trap. Make it a better trap. He thinks he's gotten away with the wallet. Cop that follows him in to catch his fence as well as him. Well, kind of the whole point of it is supposed to be like based off of like a bait car, so you're supposed to feel like instantly trapped. And the whole point is supposed to be the excuses that he gives as to why he was grabbing the cop's wallet. Because I think it... Just thinking. Fences aren't what makes the pickpocket economy work. There are a dime a dozen, but pickpocketers are the risk takers. Yeah. And it's kind of like people that steal cars, right? It's like, it's something that's like, you walk past 100 cars trying to figure out which one is unlocked, right? And you find that one that's unlocked, you're like, yes! 13 is back. I can make a really bad joke, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I read that scam emails are written in bad English because those people won't realize it's a scam. Yeah, it's like a filtering mechanism. The people that notice it are too smart to be scammed, so they're basically filtered out of the system, and then the people that are too dumb to figure out that it's spelled wrong are the ones that are most likely to get scammed. It's like the kind of same thing with like ad blocks, where it's like ad blocks are good for companies at a certain point, because like, for instance, someone like me, like, no matter how many ads you throw at me, I'm never gonna buy your product. So you're wasting a view with your ad ship towards me. So it's better for me to have an ad blocker, and it's better for you to have an ad blocker, because I'm never gonna buy your product. I'm gonna steal your product because it's probably gonna be a TV show, or because if it's like anything I'm gonna buy into, it'd be like a TV show, and I'm gonna pirate it, and you're not gonna get the money anyways. So your ad value is 0 for me. So it's better for me to have ad block, and it's better for you. I've never considered consciously bought something because of an ad. The only thing I bought because of an ad is something that's like practical. Like, I am currently in the process of getting a Henson razor, because I've seen it around for a while. I've heard really good things about it, and I shave a lot, and I shave my entire body. So it's fucking annoying, and it's fucking expensive, and blades fucking suck. So I want to try the Henson and see if that's good. I almost got McDonald's, but didn't because I saw their billboard earlier that day. Yeah, see, sometimes you'll even go against it. You know, there was a story about cops that set up a bait truck to catch thieves, but the attorneys claimed it is entrapment. I find that BS, because nobody told them to take things from that truck. They made the choice. If they weren't a thief, they wouldn't have been tempted. True. That's why I think the coercion factor to it is such bullshit when it comes to bait cars. It's like, that's like saying if you leave your house unlocked, it's illegal for people to steal from you because you left your house unlocked. Kind of agree with the attorney. I wouldn't get mad at my dog if he ate a steak I left in front of his face. Yeah, but that's bullshit, because that's not the same thing. That's treating a person like an animal. And it's like, if an animal would do that, they should be in jail anyways. Because it's not like the guy was like, oh, yeah, no, I was stealing the truck to return it to its owner. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay? Doesn't make any sense. The cop tells you to take something from a location, then arrest that person. That is entrapment. Yes. Yes. If like he was like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, here's the keys. You wanna, you know, I'll give you 75%. You go do it. I'm just giving you the idea, you know, and the keys. Here you go. Wee-oo, 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 wee-oo. No, you're under arrest now. What? Yep. If you want to watch a really, really good psychological show that has to do with that, with an amazing actor, Fracture, with Anthony Hopkins. Fucking amazing movie. So fucking good. All about entrapment. 13, can't focus. Police are a sad consequence of industrialization and urbanization. Bring back night watchmen. I mean, you gotta have something to enforce the laws or things go crazy. I just think pay the police more, make it so police can only work a certain amount of hours, give way more incentive for people to be police officers, and give police officers way more training. And, like, siphon out the bad police officers. I'd love to pace about the town with a lamp saying, "Who goes there?" and such. True. Just walking through, bro. Getting off work, walking home. He's got a gun! What do you mean I've got a gun? He's black. What? I'm not black. Oh, fuck. Why'd you tase me? He's fighting back! Shoot him! I think U.S. police training can be like 4 weeks. Yeah, it's something fuck, and it's like they do that to. That's like how they try to incentivize people to become police officers. Like, oh, you don't need that much training. It's like they lower the bar of entry instead of doing some other incentive to get people, like, paying them more. Even just to be a Navy sailor, it was 6 months and way less responsibility. Yeah, true. No one can say no to donuts. Oh, I wonder if I can find this clip. I can't find it, but it's like a guy speeds past a cop car, and the cop pulls him over, and the guy was like, the cop's like, like, why'd you do that? And the guy's like, oh, it's give a cop a donut day, and he gives the cop a donut, and the cop just like bursts out laughing and lets him go. I don't think illegally obtained genuine evidence should be thrown out in court. Rather, the cops who take said evidence should be punished separately. That way, the kidnapper gets taken off the street, and the cop can proudly sacrifice their job to make it happen. Yeah, true. Like, oh, they took this evidence illegally, so it's not real evidence. Oh, but, like, it is evidence because they actually did it. Yeah, but we can't prosecute because it's such a fucking stupid idea. It's like the evidence exists. So yeah, I think you're right. They should be treated as two separate things. It shouldn't exempt the evidence, but it should remove that officer from the case and cost them their job. We need physical requirements in the UK again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the UK, but Canada's pretty fucked too, so 5 feet women just aren't good at it. Yeah, it's like there at some point in time, it's like you don't put a 5'2", 90-pound girl as a bouncer at a fucking nightclub where a bunch of, let's say, specifically gym dudes go to. First of all, you ain't gonna get no respect, and you ain't gonna get the fucking job done. So you probably fucking die. Exactly, the women can be really good at diffusing and dealing with kids and women. Could be good backup, I mean... Sure, but it puts everyone else at a disadvantage. There's so many times I've seen them get overrun by just one scrawny junkie. Well, you gotta think about it too. Like, when you're like a junkie and you're fucked up and shit, right? Like, it's kind of like me with my seizures and stuff when I go into like my dissociative state. It's like I'm a small guy, but like with that, like at that point I don't have my muscle limiters on and I can like do pretty much anything. And like I've freaking punched cops, I kicked my mom across the room, I've freaking like punched and kicked paramedics, firefighters, like I've tried to like break out of my restraints in like a restraining gurney from a ambulance. Like wouldn't want to tangle with that woman on a good day, but on a bad day, holy crap, mass male extinctions inbound, size doesn't matter. Yeah, shit happens, man. It's a scary thing, but that's how it is. No incel, by the way, LMAO. In an ideal world, every policewoman is like Officer Jenny. True, Eggy. More there for emotional support than anything else, right? Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. The goal of a police officer should always be to make their chosen job be useless. When you're gooning to lolly with your bro and he's saying, "Okay, boys, we've gathered enough," into his shirt collar. The second part goes over my head, Eggy boy, or Eggy male. He's radioing the police. It's gonna be terrible to say, but I'm on Asmon's, like, kind of side with it, where it's like, take all the steps back from all the bullshit and everything that people say and everything that like, is society, and look at comparisons towards things and reasons why rules exist towards stuff. And for that purpose, the main reason is a victim. And for the purposes of not having a victim, does that make the thing not supposed to be, like, or like make that more acceptable within a boundary? You know what I mean? But it's the same thing as, like, you know, if you look at a Venn diagram of those kinds of people and predators, that's closer than a Venn diagram of the entire population and predators. Just like, you know, that equivalency can be made to a lot of other things as well. But at the end of the day, the question is, without a victim, is it still worth the same in a negative light? Right? And even it could be said to prevent. If in a world, having that prevented the victims, would it not be a good thing? That's philosophy, man. The questions you can ask are dark, deep, and fucked up. And the answers are things that people do not want to consider. But... Or you could do, like, the whole Clockwork Orange with it, where you associate something with it that removes the idea of the desire for the person. Like, I think the idea behind the psychology of a Clockwork Orange is a very potent thing. Just the show shows it in such an extreme light, right? But it is basically adhering something negative towards the extreme of what you do, right? And then attaching something as a trigger towards it. Something very sad is that animal loving, in the gross sense, was made illegal in Washington State in the last 20 years. A guy died to a horse to make it happen. Yeah, Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands. And you gotta think, one of the main reasons for that as well is, like, disease. Like, interspecies mating is, like, a cesspool of disease. Because a lot of animals have diseases. So... that's, like, again, one of the main points for it, is, like, animal abuse and disease. If you can name this zone... I'll take off my shirt. Never ask a woman her age or an Afghan why his goat is wearing lipstick. My dad's friend always had a joke. So the guy goes into a bar. He's feeling kind of down. You know, he looks kind of down. Bartender looks at him and says, you know, like, you need a beer? He gives the guy a beer. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, oh, there's like things in life that you can like come back from. It's like, oh, your wife divorced you. It's like, yeah, it is what it is, right? Bartender's like, yeah, makes sense, He's like, but you fuck one goat, and you're a goat fucker for the rest of your life. Build 100 bridges, suck one dick. You're not a bridge builder, you're a dick sucker. Win the Olympics 100 times, fuck one goat, you're still a goat fucker. I don't know where this sentence was going, though. Oh, knowledge. Now, if GOAT was an acronym in that story, greatest of all time, then it should be a proud thing, but nobody would think of a GOAT in that sense, so your rep is destroyed regardless. True, Sean, very true. If Flash comes back to the ASL, and Soul Key beats Flash in the ASL finals in like ASL 20 or ASL 21, then we can officially say Soul Key fucked the GOAT. Because Flash is the GOAT of all games ever. He is the greatest gamer of all time. He has literally reinvented the game and made it so Terran is viable to play. Without Flash, without the ingenuity that Flash brought to StarCraft, StarCraft would have died 15, 20 years ago. But Flash was always making new innovations and teaching people how to play Terran better, and keeping Terran as the top race. Just consistently, even after like Bisu remaking ZVP or PVZ. Vancouver mentioned, yes, Eggy Mayo, we are in Vancouver. The good old Mounties. We're in that place. We're in that spot. We're there. We're good. We got this. Gassy Jack the Goat. True. True, Eggy. That's what we're going for. But yeah, if you can name any of these zones, I will take my shirt off. I love that it's the goddammit, because you often say the words of that acronym. Goddammit. GDI. Goddammit! Fuck, son! Shit ain't real. Not no more. Parents of the GDI, can't recall what their acronym stands for, but I remember them saying GDI, put your guns to the sky, or something. I'm not quite familiar with that, or at least I don't remember being familiar with that. I'm not too into StarCraft 2, so... Do you have any Vancouver recommendations? I don't know if they still exist, but there's 3 nightclubs. The Red Room, the Cobalt, and... fuck, I can't remember the other one. But if you like going out to, like, nightclubs, they have, like, live shows with bands and stuff like that. Like, if you like, rock and, like, metal and stuff like that. At least, well, when I was in Vancouver, that's what they did. I don't know if they're still there. But yeah, there's 3 really good ones that do, like, live shows, or used to do live shows. If you go to Toronto, then I'd say Organ Grinder Pizza, because that's an experience I missed from Portland or Oregon back in the day. Sadly, keep missing Eastern Canada, keep ending up in Vancouver somehow. I mean, not gonna say it's a better place, but better place? I visit Tacoma a lot, if you know it. What makes Organ Grinder amazing is the theater pipe organ. And it's not just pipes, but also the other instruments hooked up to it. The thing resonates in your soul, or it feels like it. Nice. Your mom is piped. Ooh, nice, Levi. Love it. I like the bookstore in Portland, Powell's. I've never been outside of, like, basically the two places that I've lived. I'm a noob, I don't know anything, but I'm gonna take a toke, because I'm not quite sure how to address this one. Because he's gonna go up to him, you know, the guy's gonna ask him about something, they're gonna have a conversation. I'm not quite sure what that conversation is gonna be about. But I think maybe we can do stock markets and be like, well, you look like a fancy lad, you know, I'm looking for, and then, you know, like books on investment or how to do investment in the stock market. You seem like you would be up to that, you know? Maybe the guy is like looking at a book to do with economics or something like that. Powell's Books is an impressive store, to be sure. I was going to go to the famous donut place, but there was a homeless guy shitting and screaming in the doorway, so I left. I'm about 45 minutes north of Vancouver down here, and have been to Powell's a couple times. Nice. I've been through it on the train. Famous donut place. Well, that's either Krispy Kreme or else Voodoo. Voodoo. Never heard of that. But I'm not a sweets person, so... Famous because they make bacon maple bar. Lots of other weird top donuts. Oh, beyond Portland was probably one of the worst places I've been. And I didn't have a car, so I had to walk everywhere. I'm a big guy, but the amount of mental, unwell, drugged, homeless people was frightening. So they say, man. That's what they say. It's a scary world out there. Don't get caught up in it. I'm running out of words to describe this guy. Every time I'm in an interaction, I'm like, well, is he's he, but then he's he, so who's he? If he's he, then he's he. You know? Who am I talking about? So I'm like, well, is the thief? Will we really need to call him a thief? This is my problem with writing in first person. Because it's easier to differentiate when you're in first person than it is in third person. Could you use a D&D character sheet to help you lay it all out? Probably, Egimeo. That might be a good idea. Fox spoke. To the tall rabbit. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be direct. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna say it because that's what the whole point is. Wait, Sean streams? Well, I followed him. I don't know, sorry, I was seeing if it worked on mobile. I don't know, he has 50 followers, he has 51 now. He's set for affiliate. Oh. See, I'm changing the tense again. What's the details of this character? None. So far. The only thing you know is that the guy sitting at the table is wearing a suit and a watch. He has combed hair. And the main character has a backpack. This guy's kind of like short, thin, and nimble. The thief. But I'm still debating, do I just go back and name him so I can just name drop him? But I just kind of want it to feel like you're not connected to him, you know? So it's like I don't want to name him. I wanted to call him names. Yes, he is stealing the watch. He's trying to distract the guy while he's inching his hands towards the watch, but the clasp on the watch is like damaged, so it won't click open so he can slide it off of the guy's wrist. Well, he gets the guy to flip through the book. Thief works just as a name. Yeah, I just don't want to use it that much. I think I've already used it twice. So it's like I kind of want to spread it out. No. Hmm. Welcome back, Valiant Boy. Sorry, I'm just really into this story right now. It's lock-in time, Valley. True. I say as I stare as my Outlook inbox with 1,100 unread work emails. Oof. That's a lot of work emails. Hmm. No. I'm gonna steal from that story. I like the idea of orbiting.